how do you balance teaching them a curriculum and giving them a project to do in the classroom?
Yeah, great question. And our school's been a project-based learning approach since I've first been there. So almost everything, even some of our English classes, they might not do it all the time, but at least a semester they'll have a project sort of come out of what they're studying. And really, to me, it's about integrating that curriculum into the project itself. So when my kids are doing their first documentary at the end of that first semester, each week we're breaking it down. This week we're just focusing on interview. How do you set that up? How do you capture good sound? Now let's spend a week or two on editing. So they're sort of moving simultaneously forward. So as you're shooting stuff, we're learning how to edit it. As we're editing stuff, we're going back to, all right, how are we going to re-edit that? Oh, we shot this stuff, but our audio wasn't good. Let's talk about how we get our audio better and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, just a shout out to you, Misha. I mean, we've used Edit Mentor as well to sort of get our kids some of those fundamental skills. So, I mean, resources like that are also fantastic along the way, but it's really finding ways to be able to make them things happen at the same time. Like the project has to be driven by the curriculum, and the curriculum is kind of worthless, quote unquote, if you're not going to have something to show for it. If you're just shooting random stuff that doesn't have like an end goal, I just feel like the students aren't as motivated. They're not as focused. It almost feels like, is this like busy work that we're kind of doing here? But if you're like, no, this is something that, I'll give you a specific. One of the things I do with my beginning kids, the first thing I do is it's a video resume. They basically do a video about what they want to do, what they want to focus on, pick a job, and talk about it. And I was like, I don't care if you're going to change that job 1 second after you hand in the final. Like, pick something. Let's find some B-roll. Let's talk about it. But I literally have kids who use that as part of their college application. So when I can do things that they can actually use for other stuff. And then, I've been teaching again in my school for 11 years, but I'm like, we've had students get into this school and that school, and part of it was they used this project from one of their classes. Part of it is they will share their portfolio from a different class. Part of it is that they went out and were able to get success making this film, and then that becomes a part of their application. And so really, I try to ground things, and that's why I really make storytelling sort of drive all of it, whether you're doing documentary, whether you're doing animated short, whether you're doing a narrative, really getting story-driven stuff, because that's what all the film schools are looking for you to do. Can you tell a story? Can you really make things pop? To answer your question, the curriculum and the project are kind of working hand in hand, and as much as I can, I have it. This is something you can apply for. I've also done it where like, hey, you know what? These films, we're going to send them out to a film festival. Back before COVID, we did environmental documentaries and advocacy films, and UCLA was having a film festival. And you're like, oh, UCLA's film school, like, always a top 5, top 10 every year. But it wasn't even their film school. It was their environmental engineering department was hosting this. So we're like, yeah, let's take advantage. Let's send our stuff there. And we sent our stuff there, and they ended up having cash prizes, which we didn't even know at first. But that first year, we had students walk away with $2,500. 3 different films collectively won that amount. So the next year, we had more students apply, and then another team won $1,000 on that, where again, they get excited. They actually have a positive real world success about it. And then next year we're like, hey, you know what? If you guys are focused, if you guys are really willing to put in the work, we've had other students win money, get into this program, get into that program. The people who are doing the Nickelodeon paid internship after school this year, like they put in the work the previous year. And so really having those 3 things, the curriculum, the projects, and like a true real world relevancy, I think can really drive success in the classroom.